Picture this, a Soviet ZIL-based tanker sporting 8 balloon tires, cresting a golden hour sand dune like a mechanical whale, its chassis flexing in slow motion while the moon rises behind an adobe ruin. A Union Jack flaps from the tanker's tailgate. Somewhere below, a Jeep half the truck's mass is screeching uphill, driver leaning on the horn, convinced that if he can just time the wraparound teleport at the map edge, he'll materialize in front of you and yank the flag in a perfect vehicular mugging. The truck lands. Axles groan, shock towers compress, a headlight pops but stays tethered by a wire, sparks dust the desert floor, yet the flag remains. That entire 17-second montage, dear reader, is 1nsane distilled. Released the winter before Xbox live blogged online racing, and years before Forza Horizon discovered festival playgrounds, Codemasters and Invictus Games created an off-road experiment that fused credible physics with anything goes objectives in a way no other 2000-era racer attempted. Classic or oddball? Both. Underrated? Absolutely. The game's Steamless GOG version still sees nightly gate hunt lobbies, despite polygon counts that would embarrass a Dreamcast tech demo. Disposable? Ask the Czech modder who spent 3 lockdown months porting Dakar bivouac trucks, because the Behemoth needed competition. It may look like chaos from the outside, but under the hood, 1nsane remains a masterclass in how far you can bend simulation without snapping the fun. Historical context: Invictus Games started life in the late 90s Hungarian demo scene. Their freeware tech piece, Terep 2, Terrain 2, spread through dial-up BBS nodes like Smugware Wildfire, 6 open maps, gravity that felt half serious, and physics tight enough that early fans were convinced the devs had borrowed code from serious flight sims. Codemasters, flush with the success of Colin McRae Rally and Toka 2, saw potential. Rally games scratched the disciplined time trial itch. Touring car sims catered to circuit purists. But where was the lawless, jump-heavy, wholly multiplayer party racer? The publisher inked a deal with Invictus in 1999 and rebranded Terep 2 into Insane. Later stylized 1nsane because marketing discovered the domain name was available, and edginess sold boxes. While Codemasters fine-tuned the physics back at Southam, the broader market was shifting. Microsoft's Motocross Madness 2 proved that open-world dirt arenas scaled to Windows ME hardware. Midtown Madness had normalized any road, any direction, downtown chaos. On consoles, Smuggler's Run gave PlayStation 2 early adopters a taste of objective-centric off-road mayhem. Yet none of those titles offered PC gamers integrated internet ranking, damage with visible deformation, and terrain variety that ping-ponged from Mongolian snow to Saharan sand in a single championship ladder. Codemasters' freshly minted multiplayer network, CMN, also craved a tentpole. Their network's technical lead recounted in a 2021 blog that 1nsane's server stress tests doubled CMN's user count overnight, surpassing internal forecasts made using Toka's slower burn matchmaking. The European retail build debuted on 24 November 2000, Black Friday for PAL territories, nestled on shelves between EA's F1 2000 budget reissue and a stack of The Sims expansion packs. North America saw discs land the week of 5th February 2001. Some retailers list the 9th, an awkward window squeezed between Diablo 2 Lord of Destruction hype and early Xbox magazine previews. US review outlets gave polite 7-ish scores, praising inventiveness but dinging budget visuals. What they missed was a brewing LAN-party phenomenon across Central and Eastern Europe. Cafes in Budapest, Krakow, and even small Bulgarian university towns installed Insane next to Counter-Strike 1.0 precisely because its executable loved Pentium 2 class hardware and its plain text car files begged for texture mods. My own dorm in Massachusetts tapped into that vibe. We'd run Counter-Strike for high-stakes bragging rights, then boot 1nsane at 2 a.m. for therapy, laughing at Pathfinder pile-ups until RA rounds forced lights out. Mechanics, Total Package, Invictus divided championship progression into 7 competitive disciplines: off-road race, gate hunt, jamboree, Pathfinder, capture the flag, return the flag, and destruction zone, plus a free roam sandbox for stunt practice. Each event awards XP-style points that unlock new vehicles and maps, ensuring you sample the whole buffet instead of mainlining one comfort mode. Off-road race bends circuit into interpretive art. Checkpoints appear in sequence, but slaloming lines are up to you. On Spain-Aragon Desert, hairpinning round a cluster of Joshua trees wastes seconds. Seasoned drivers blast straight over an untextured ridge, trusting dampers and luck to survive the 40-foot drop. gate hunt is essentially vehicular hungry hippos. 20+ gates spawn simultaneously. First to 5 gates triggers a respawn wave, encouraging opportunistic poaching rather than lapdog obedience. Jamboree funnels everyone to one active gate. Picture rugby malls, but with roll cages. The scoring window then relocates, never shrinks, forcing the convoy to sprint, reform, and smash again. In league play, this mode's restart scramble became a rite of passage. Either perfect the Behemoth's slow-motion center mass tackle, or get spat out of contention. Pathfinder flips gate hunt on its head. A single gate flashes. Whoever captures it spawns the next. Breadcrumb pursuit begins. Tactical minds exploit wraparound boundaries, detouring off screen to appear inches from the next spawn. Beginners curse rubber band magic until they learn the trick. Capture the flag assigns fixed team bases. The flag can ride internal teleport edges just like vehicles, which spawns comedic jousts. 2 trucks warping back to back, each realizing simultaneously that the flag reversed sides. Return the flag is single flag CTF soccer style. 1 target, 2 goals. The neutral flag placement often rests atop precarious geometry. A Mongolian gorge pillar forces a leap that lighter buggies make easily, but heavyweight trucks struggle with, adding vehicle class metagame. Destruction zone sets moving hill markers. Score by lingering inside, but the hill picks up and drives across the map every 30 seconds, inviting high-speed chase trains. Conceptually, it's a mobile king of the hill, not a shrinking battle royale circle. No stormwall gimmicks, just nomadic pandemonium. Vehicle variety, 18 chassis, populate 3 performance classes plus secret unlocks. Stats include engine, weight, drive layout, and damage tolerance. The Agile Hopper, a micro buggy resembling a sandrail trimmed in plastic, can 360 flip off a pebble, yet disintegrates after 2 head-ons. The Dune Master, loosely modeled on a Ford Bronco, excels at midweight tackling and remains the speedrunner's Pathfinder darling. Then there's the Behemoth 8x8, a fictional cousin of Russia's MAZ 537. It weighs 13 tons in game code, sports torque numbers high enough to wheelie if you bind clutch to a controller trigger, and can punt lighter vehicles clear off the coordinate grid. My personal LAN anecdote: a roommate once detonated the Behemoth's fuel tank during a destruction zone push. The resulting explosion animation, the game rarely kills engines instantly, still ended in victory because his carcass blocked 3 opponents from entering the zone. Damage and physics car bodies use node-based deformation. Smash the left fender and wheel alignment skews, introducing drag. Unlike simulation heavyweights, Grand Prix legends, Richard Burns Rally, 1nsane rarely renders you undrivable. Even missing tires you can limp. The trade-off is pacing. Players remain in the fight, but strategic damage, e.g. clipping someone's wheel mid-corner, pays dividends over prolonged contests. Terrain is subdivided into friction maps: hard-packed dirt, loose gravel, mud, powder snow, ice, desert sand. Each surface multiplies slip angles differently. The game tracks lateral G on all 4 corners, feeding unique bounce curves to each suspension bone. That's why the same 45-mile-per-hour ridge jump that nose plants a Dune Master might let the lighter hopper float gracefully. Wraparound topology. Each arena sits on a toroidal coordinate grid. Cross X Max, spawn at X-Men early 3D games like Frontier. Elite 2 used similar math, but 1nsane weaponized it for tactics. Dev interviews confirmed they balanced map sizes to ensure warp travel couldn't outpace direct lines by more than approximately 10%. That slight penalty keeps teleport abuse from killing chase tension, while still rewarding clever routing. Codemasters Multiplayer Network CMN required a username and optional ranking toggle. Wins rewarded LO-like points. Rage quits docked them. Because the same account served Codemasters Racing Catalog, Brian Lara Cricket diehards could bizarrely cross-pollinate ranking boards with off-road shenanigans, an accidental bit of early cross-game gamification. Dial-up stability wasn't flawless. 250 millisecond spikes occasionally desynced flag state, producing phantom captures quickly adjudicated by server authorities. Yet for 2001, CMN's persistence, a global ladder rather than per server stats, felt cutting edge. Legacy and influence modding aftershocks. Invictus shipped a suite of command line asset converters. Texture pages were simple, BMPS, physics lines, plain text. Within months, community hubs sprang up. 1nlovers.who hosted Desert Storm tracks. A French forum hand-ported Dakar trucks. Italians rebuilt volcanic Etna using 3D Studio R 2.5 height fields. By 2003, 1nsane's vehicle list on fan sites exceeded 100, with experimental two-wheeled contraptions bending the engine's tire contact assumptions. Codemasters never see in DD. The low-stakes niche likely flew under legal radar. This laissez-faire stance fostered mod DNA that Invictus transplanted to street legal. 2003, whose car builder scene remains active today. Design echoes playground modes in Forza Horizon 4, King, Infection, Flag Rush, Mirror 1 and Sane mechanics almost beat for beat. Mobile scoring zones, open world CTF, points per gate sprints. Developer interviews credit internal prototypes, but the resemblance is uncanny. Meanwhile, Rocket League's physics may be soccer, not trucking, yet it's any direction arena. Ball as objective stems from the same lineage of multi-role vehicular sports. Even PUBG's shrinking circle evokes destruction zone's roaming hill, albeit with lethal edges. Cult scene LAN Cafe Decline killed many turn-of-the-century PC games. 1nsane survived thanks to low hardware demands and a European diaspora player base. In 2025, fan server pathfinder heaven.eu still hosts bi-weekly Gate Hunt Cups. A GitHub repo maintains a wrapper DLL that forces 16:9 HUD scaling and enables X-input pad rumble. Proof that nostalgia engineers are unstoppable. Closing paragraph plus score, install the GOG build, apply the widescreen wrapper, and load the chilly lava map at dusk. Drive the hopper off a basalt cliff. As you spin skyward, camera locked, you'll hear the radiator hiss, watch a door totter and fall, and grin as the behemoth you ditched 2 gates ago plows into molten rock below. 1nsane remains exactly that, insane. Yet in its lunacy lies impeccable craft, surface-sensitive physics, robust netcode, and an early taste of objective-driven vehicular sport that much bigger studios would spend decades refining. Final verdict, 8.5 out of 10. It earns that half-point bump over my previous 8.2 for sheer staying power. Every year, a new modder adds snow tread. Every year, someone discovers the joy of wraparound intercepts. In a racing genre obsessed with photorealism and licensed rosters, 1nsane still shows that a truck full of personality can beat a showroom full of pixels. Buckle the behemoth seatbelt, hit turbo, and don't forget the cardinal rule: sanity is just another obstacle to clear.